Hello, everybody. This is John Yance again with another game review, and we're going to review the Riftbreaker. Yeah, this is a different game that I have not, different type of game which I have not reviewed at the moment, and it's a strategy game. It's the first strategy game that I'm going to review, and usually because strategy-wise, strategy games take a longer time. You start a strategy game, you build your base, you collect resources. So, because I'm a casual gamer, I don't have the time to dedicate on playing multiple strategy games. This is the only one that I play when I am in the mood for a strategy game. In my personal opinion, this is one, at the moment, currently, it's the best strategy game for me, personally. And to give you a reasoning behind this is basically I'm an old-time, classic, let's say, strategy game gamer from many, many years behind. I liked all the Age of Empires. I like the mythological, let's say, kind of strategy games. For those that are new to the strategy genre, what is a strategy game? Basically, it's a game that you go on inside a map. Usually, it's top-down perspective. Again, one of my favorite isomorphic type of games. So this is also a reason why I like strategy games, and it's easy for me to get into them. You go inside a map. There's enemies on the map, and you have to start defending yourself. So slowly, slowly, you build your base. You build defenses in the forms of towers or some, walls. You build your structures, and the strategy element is referring to basically managing all your resources. So let's say you're going to build a base where um, let's say, a lot of towers which are going to fire lasers. These lasers need energy. How do you gather energy? You can make a solar panel, which on daytime it's going to collect the sun and it's going to create energy. How much energy? It's going to give you, let's say, plus 10 energy. How much does a laser tower need to fire a laser? It requires 20 energy. So you need two solar panels for one laser. So slowly, slowly, it's a resource managing slash strategy game that you have to build your base that will support the defenses and the offenses that you have. And the Riftbreaker is like a high tech robotic, as you can see, sort of thing. So you're this robot. And inside here, there is a person which controls this robot. That's your commander, or in other words, a Riftbreaker. And you slowly, slowly gather resources in order to build. So you have to gather resources from the map. So let's say you want to build a solar panel, and it costs 100 metal. How do you get the metal? There's specific deposits in the map of different type of resources where you go and you gather resources to build. The thing that you need to build. Why did I say that? For my personal opinion, it's the best because the graphics are excellent. It can run on a big variety of systems, so you don't have to have the end system. It costs around €30. The price is a little bit steep. Okay, I will not say it's not, but it is worth it. From all the other strategy games that I've seen and I've played, this is the most impressive one that I've seen. And also because many years ago, I used to play one of the most famous strategy games, which is called Total Annihilation. After that, there was Supreme Commander 1 and 2 that came out. I've also played all these games. But I always ached for a game that gives you that first Total Annihilation feel. You have a robot and you can control with nice graphics, obviously, because Total Annihilation is prehistoric at this point of time. And Riftbreaker did that for me. So I suggest for anybody to get their hands on this if you can. I know that it's not a free, so you have to manage your budget a little bit, but it's well worth its money. So yeah, I suggest for everybody to pick it up. We're going to go to. There's many multiple modes here. In order to keep the video short, I'm just not going to go through each one of these. Let's pick survival, for example. We go easy difficulty, and we pick a usual map here. There's different maps and there's different planets that you can play, and we'll start the game. So pay attention to the graphics as the game loads. This is why I'd say it's a very good game. I have never seen a game with such good graphic quality on a top-down simple strategy game. They've gone overboard. There might be some places where it sticks because I've pushed the graphics quite a bit. So here's the effect. We land. Look at the particle effects. I mean, this is amazing.
Sensors
This is
online.
amazing. You
Weapon
can see the
activated.
graphics. My robot landed and everything broke away. So you can move with WSAD and your mouse pointer, wherever you point, your robot is going to face. You start with two weapons. So the right hand side it corresponds to your right arm, and the left mouse button corresponds to your left arm. If you pay attention, there is a sword and a pistol. So if we left click, we're going to slash, and you can move around as you're slashing, and right click, you will shoot bullets. Hold it down, you will shoot more bullets. And there's a specific amount of bullets that you have here, as you can see. Everything is destructible, and if you have a look at on your map here, there's different resources. So, by pressing Control, you're going to go into Build mode, where it will show you. For example, this is an iron ore. The resources are on the right hand side, and this is what you need to manage. You know what I mean?
Standard
There's
protocol
energy,
advises to set up walls and signal
and there's
towers all around the
carbon.
base.
There's many
We're
different
unsure what's
resources in this
expected.
game, like all strategy games. In order for you to build, you can click the building icon, and there's many different buildings. At the moment, it's locked, and it gives you an indication of what you need in order to build this thing. So basically, what we need here now is the headquarters. We have no headquarters, as you can see on the bottom left hand side, which means we can't build the carbon factory. So slowly, you unlock things. So the headquarters is this building here. We can go ahead and place it. Whenever it overlays with an area that you cannot build, it goes red. And here, for example, we can build it. It's a good thing to have a look around a little bit. So let's right click to cancel this operation. Right click again, into normal mode. It's a good thing to go around a little bit and have a look at the area and strategize, hence the name strategy game, and where you're going to build your base in order to have resources around and access to specific things, how you're going to build your surroundings, your walls, your protection, your defensive layer, and also have a lot of resources so you don't run out. Um, there's many different strategies. It's a strategy game, so go figure. One of the strategies that I like to play is I go to a specific location, I build my main base, which creates all the resources for me, and then slowly I expand and I make little outposts. What is an outpost? Let's say, I make a base here, but let's say all the way down here, I find another iron ore deposit, and my iron ore deposit has run out inside my base, so I have to venture out in order to gather more. So what I will do is I will create a little base, let's say where the iron deposit is. I'll put one, two little towers just to defend it from enemies. There's aliens and stuff in this world. There's different waves of aliens, and on the top right hand side you can see there's a countdown which says prepare for an incoming attack, and you have 2 minutes and 44. So it is challenging at the beginning. I mean, we have 2 minutes to kind of make a couple of things now before we die. The first attacks, because I've selected easy, we can pretty much almost kill them by ourselves. So just with the gun that I have, we can pretty much kill them. If we run out of bullets, then we can use our sword. And the bullets, in order to create them, you have to have an armory. So you have to start building your base. And usually, when you begin on a strategy game, you have a challenge of time. There's always a time. All strategy games have that, the specific time periods that you're at the beginning rushing quickly to get a couple of resources, build a couple of things, and get started. Once you have your initial base and a little bit of a defense, then you can take it a little bit more easier at your own pace. Um, But this is an excellent game. I mean, I am really amazed on the graphics. Look at the foliage. This is a top-down, simple strategy game. You do not have to go in so much in detail. I mean, let me chop some of these grasses just to show you. Look at that, the particle detail. I mean, this is there's a lot of detail. You can make a flamethrower, and you can light this up, and you can actually see the trees slowly going to flames, and it's crazy detail. Uh, you can shoot them. There's animations everywhere. There's a difference in time of day, so it's getting darker as you saw. So now my automatically, I did not do anything. My flashlight opened in order for me to see, and you can see the time of the day here on the bottom right hand side. So this is an excellent game. Let's go ahead and build the base just to show you a little bit. So let's put our headquarter building here. So it's going to take some time to build. Okay, it's ready. So our headquarters is set. This next building that we can build is the armory, obviously. And if you pay attention as I move this, you see how there's a line? That is the energy. So all the buildings that you place around the world are going to consume energy. Your headquarters produces a specific amount of energy. So if you pay attention here on the right hand side, uh, before I was zero, I was not producing energy. Now I am plus 20. So slowly, this thing will fill up and I will have energy to produce and build things. If this armory, for example, is going to consume minus 40 energy. You see that at the bottom hand left
You have
side.
to assume we're
So if
not
I build
alone.
that, I'm
The
going to
Riftbreaker
slowly
protocol
run
isn't
out of energy
necessary.
because I'm making plus 20 and this is minus 40. So I'm going to be losing 20 energy slowly. This is the whole management of the thing. Um, there's an incoming attack. Survive until you can open the rift back to Earth. So once the first attack comes, there's a new objective. I have 1.5 hours now that I need to survive all these attacks, which are going to, come slowly. On the map, I can see that they're coming from that way, so you can prepare a little bit. I can go towards this way, for example. If I'm not here and the enemies come, they're going to start attacking all my buildings, basically. How do you lose? If you die. If everything dies and they kill me as well, then I lose. So the enemies, there they are. So we can start killing them. When you kill enemies, there will be drops as well, as can be seen. So because I'm ranged, I can fire from. These are DNAs that you pick up from your
Tech.
enemies. Or under bullets. So now I have no bullets because I did not build my armory. I cannot produce any more bullets. I'm losing life and probably will die. I don't know. This was just to showcase a little bit here. I think the enemy is done. It's nighttime. I think for now, just for an introduction, it's good enough. What I can do is I can load another game that I have, which is much more. It has progressed quite further. So let's go. I think continue game, if I'm not mistaken. So it takes a little bit of time to load, depending on the size of your map. The bigger the map, the more loading time it takes, and the more elements you have built, you have created. You can save these games at any point of time. Then you can load them and continue as you like. So we give it a little bit more time. It doesn't take too long, but yeah, it does have to load a lot of elements. Okay, so this is more of an extreme base, let's say, setup that I have at the moment. My commander, as you can see, has changed. I can
Wind
move
is
much
slowing
faster.
down. The air is getting dense.
So
A
if you
fog
have a
is
look, I
forming
can
up.
move much more faster. I have built the floor, and I have faster movement on this floor. So if I go outside this floor, I move slower. If I
Hard
go
to
on
see
this floor, I
anything
move
in this
much
fog.
faster.
It could also
This
affect
is the
their solar
base.
panels
On
and
the
wind
bottom right
equipment.
hand side, you can
We'll have
actually
to wait it
see
out.
a depiction of my base. So it's a rectangular type of base, let's say. I know there's a lot of light at the moment. It might be a little bit overwhelming. That's because I've created energy fences. So all these things that you're going to see here now, you can actually build them. As far as my weapons go, I have also upgraded my weapons. There's a lot of things you can unlock and you can build via your base. So if we select at the moment, you can see, let's go a little bit more further away where it's less bright. So this is my robot. I have two laser swords which attack simultaneously, which cause a lot of damage. So as you can see, you know, I've done this up. I'm using double hand swords. I'm using rockets. So if I do a left and right click, left, right, I'm firing rockets, which explode.
Warning.
If I press
Hostile
both left
sensors
and
are
right
coming
mouse
from a
button
nearby
together,
base. We should go
I shoot
there
them
and clear it
simultaneously.
out.
So you can play around with the left and right mouse button. You can shoot things. They will blow up things. So this is what I was saying about the graphics. It's quite crazy. And the other weapons that I'm using are energy plasma cannons. So you have your laser pointer here, and you can shoot this. These are automatics. So you hold your fire down, and they fire. You hold this, and they fire. There's some enemies coming, and if you pay attention, my base is automatically attacking them from far away. So look at this. These towers here are already firing, and if you see on the map here, the enemies don't have a chance to get into my base
Fog is
because they're
clearing
getting
up.
destroyed.
This will make things easier for us.
So all these explosions here were created by my base, and the enemies were able to get up to here. There's maggots which eat the corpses. So there's a lot of nice detail to the game. This is just aesthetic. There's no point to they get scared if I move close to them. Very nice graphical game. And the bodies will dissolve after some time. So the most damaging weapons that I have at the moment is the plasma. So you can hold both mouse buttons down and just go crazy. You can use shift to actually dash along. And there's many more skills that you can do. I can also place towers at the bottom, so I can build like a tower defensive as I'm going. So let's say I'm really far out and I need a little bit of assistance. I can build myself, a small turret. Let me show you a little bit the base. So these are the walls that I have created. There's whatever you see here has been carefully managed and strategized, and this for specific reasons. So even the fact that there's a gap between this line here and this line here is for a specific reason. It's because on this planet, the enemies they create little slumps which make our area of attack damage, and if they hit this area here, the damage goes behind here also. So one of the good strategies on this map with these specific enemies is to create a double map and leave a little bit of a space between them. I mean, I could have put this one here to this place here. So there's a lot of strategy. I'm not going to go into crazy detail, but whatever you see, there's a reason behind it. We got doors which automatically open as we go in. So it's nice and hilarious. Our resources at the moment are on the plus side, which is good. The only thing which is minus is this one over here, which goes from positive to minus and fluctuates. So we've managed this whole thing. There's turrets all over the place. So if I go into build mode, you can actually see the turrets which are here. We have selected these. There's big guns, small range guns. These are what do you call them? These are raiders that help the thing. These are protective shields. The base, this is what the base looks like. There's fusion plants, armories. There's storage compartments. This is where our headquarters is. So it's towards this side here. I try to make everything one next to each other, linear. Some players like to do more of a realistic approach, and I would like to put like little some buildings here, some buildings there, make it look more realistic. I like to keep everything in line so I can actually go and up them easy. So you will see all these buildings here are the same building. They are storages. If I need more, I'm going to expand and I'm going to build above more. These ones are my ammunition. If I need more, I'm going to expand down this way more. I have pretty much planned out my base. I do have a little bit more space here, so in case I need something more, you can go ahead and do it. These pipelines that you see here, there are specific pipelines which produce specific things that are needed. Because I have a mud pool here, I'm able to use silos, which are basically these pumps here, which pump things through the pipes, and these pipes are getting fitted into different, things. So there's a integral mechanic behind this. Just to give an example, let's say this pump here is working. It produces mud. This mud is fed inside these uh, these filtering silos here, which goes out and it gets into this plasma, which produce energy. This in turn goes into here. This one's going to the storage. At some point of time, you're going to see a yellow line. So if you pay attention, this pipeline here has like a gray color. It means that it's water slash mud. But at some point here, you see how the color has changed. This is yellow. This is yellow because this is producing plasma. So I have incoming and outgoing pipes, and this yellow, the whole purpose of this yellow plasma is to go and provide energy for these turrets here. These turrets here are the heavy artillery, and it's more of an end game sort of, let's say, turret. In order for those to work, you need to have plasma. So as you understand, slowly, slowly, you begin with a couple of turrets, you build your game, and you go from there. And you have to manage your energy as well. If you pay attention, I cannot zoom in, so you cannot zoom in the game. If you pay attention, there's these little lines here with these little things here. So these are energy. So if you go to your energy here, you can have a look at energy connector. So I can place one of these energy connectors. See how when you get close to it, it's actually able to pull energy from here. So let's say I had some energy, there was a building here which I ran out of energy and I needed to connect it to here. So I'll build one here, I'll build one here, I'll build one here, one here. My robots which are hovering around me are building things. I'll build one here and one here, let's say. So here and here. And slowly, slowly, you can get your energy. You can transfer across the different buildings to provide, the necessary resources. So yeah, I hope this video didn't take too long. This is the Riftbreaker, an excellent game. I suggest, if you can spare around 30 euro, yeah, do get it. It's a lot of fun, a lot of hours you can actually play. You can take it slowly, slowly, and at any point of time you save it, you reload, so you take it at your own pace. Okay, thank you very, very much. This is Johnny S, and I bid you good night.